This is not my story. It has happened to a friend of my dad. This has happened over 40 years ago, and no one died as a result of that. Joey was on his late teens and was working in a tractor workshop. As he was still a teenager, his voice was still kind of not fully formed, so he would have a very feminine-sounding voice. Hence why all the techs in the workshop would call him Little Lady, and boy, he hated that nickname. Joey Little Lady was the apprentice errand boy for the place. Yes, he helped the techs with some tasks, but he was also tasked with some very menial tasks in the shop. One of those was to brew coffee on a thermos flask a couple of times a day for everybody. Tired of all the hazing and close to leave the place, for this mechanics course, he came with a cunning plan. At first, he thought about putting dirt in the coffee, but this could actually make people proper sick. As everybody was being a bit shit with him, he knew his payback had to involve shit. He decided to go to a pharmacy in another neighborhood and bought OTC 32 tablets of bisacodyl, a laxative. He must have conferred with the pharmacist to check if the medicine would have serious side effects. Considering this was 1 liter of coffee he would brew every day, he knew that on every cup of coffee there must be at least 1 tablet of medication. He took it home, calculated the dosage per liter, pounded the tablets to a fine powder, and concealed in a small bottle. The very next day, he brought the suspicious powder in his pocket and incorporated it on the first coffee in the morning with a bit of extra sugar to conceal any taste difference. After he told everybody the coffee was served, and as per usual, everybody started to have their coffee. Joey Little Lady then had the brilliant idea to close the water stopcock in the only toilet available at the workshop. The first customer managed to have a quite normal dump. He flushed, no problem. But then, as the laxative started to have its way into everybody's guts, a queue was quickly formed in front of the toilet door. There were around 15 techs that drank coffee on that day, and every single one of them was dancing by the toilet door by mid-afternoon. By the 4th customer they would enter, be disgusted as there was no flush, and do their business to a point they would soil their own clothes. Joey was covertly laughing his ass off. It was his last day on that stinking workshop, and he could ride into the sunset with a sense of achievement. Years later, Joey would have his own workshop and would tell this story to his apprentices after a few beers.